ct.com and click on Book Appointment for information on how to start or to simply get questions answered. Life's Journey Counseling Services has multiple therapists on staff, so your questions, concerns, and counseling needs will all be met. Life'sJourneyCT.com. It's the best place to start your personal journey to heal, become a better version of yourself, and strengthen your relationships. Life's Journey Counseling Services, 70 Main Street here in Jewett City, lifesjourneyct.com.
Hi, my name is Dr. Katina Simmons. I'm the optometrist and the new owner of Grizzled Eye Care, formerly the office of Dr. Joel Zuckerbrand. I would like to welcome you and your family to make an appointment today for an eye exam. Even though the name has changed, we are still providing the same family-friendly eye care as Dr. Z. We are located at 8 North Main Street in Jewett City. You can also find Grizzled Eye Care on Facebook and send us a message. Don't forget that eye exams correlate to your whole body health too. It's not just new glasses and contacts. So come see me, Dr. Katina Simmons, at the all-new Grizzled Eye Care, formerly Dr. Zuckerbrand. Hope to see you soon.
Life is full of choices. At Jewett City Savings Bank, we can make one choice easy, finding the right checking account. We offer a range of affordable accounts to fit your budget and needs, and each gives you the freedom to access your money the way you want, online, through our mobile app, or with your debit card. It's your money and your choice. To learn more about the account that's right for you, stop by one of our offices or visit us at jcsbank.com. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Your community radio, live from Main Street.
Mike Minarski and Paul Lash in the morning and 80s all day and night.
SNSN.
Like they always say things that aren't stupid usually. And when they are stupid, it's funny.
Well, good morning, everybody. How are you? Good morning. Welcome to Friday. It's Retiree Row.
Yes.
Paul and Chris.
Right.
On Retiree Row here on SNSN.
Do you realize it's a 50-degree swing from last weekend?
I know, it's
Last
crazy.
Friday?
Yeah. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
I didn't even put a coat on this morning. I'm just going t-shirt today.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just going to go full frontal.
Yeah. Well, you are Magic Mike.
Yeah. Yeah. There's another movie out.
I know.
Yeah. Magic Mike's Last Dance.
Last dance for love.
She died.
Yeah.
She just passed away.
Who?
When he was singing.
That was my impression of Weird Al Yankovic.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of. How about Wonka is coming out?
Wonka. Is that the new?
It's going to be in
Willy Wonka
December.
movie?
It's a prequel.
Uh-huh.
It's Willy Wonka or how we grew up.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. It's just called Wonka.
I heard there was a fan theory going around that Willy Wonka ended up creating Snowpiercer.
What?
Yeah. There's some kind of correlations involved there that fans are saying that Willy Wonka was directly related to Snowpiercer.
Oh, never heard of that.
I think it's one of those 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's another movie that's coming out.
Yep.
Wonka. They're rebooting The Color Purple this year.
Okay. And this time it's lavender.
Actually, well,
I'm going to say that realize why they're doing it is because those movies were very successful. And right now, let's face it, coming out of Hollywood is trash.
How Whoopi did not win an Academy Award for that movie? I don't get it.
She
got nominated, right?
She should have won. I mean, she was amazing in that movie.
Yeah.
Didn't Oprah win?
Unfortunately, that was.
I think supporting.
That was then and not now.
Yeah.
She just got fired from ABC.
Who?
Whoopi.
Again?
She got fired from The View.
Again?
Yeah.
Well, you know who owns The View? You know who owns ABC now?
Disney.
No.
The Koch brothers?
Musk.
What?
Yeah, he bought ABC.
When?
I don't know. Recently, I guess.
It was one of those alley
He owns
deals.
ABC.
Must have came with Twitter.
Two guys in a dark alley. Hey, what you got for me? I don't know, man. I got some ABC.
Really?
I thought I read it someplace.
I don't know.
Can do a fact finder on
Yeah,
it.
somebody do a fact finder.
Yeah. They must just buy ABC.
Who owns
I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know.
ABC?
I thought Disney owned everything.
That's why they're laying off 7,000 people.
It's owned by Disney.
See? I told you. Disney owns
I-
everything. But they're not a monopoly. They just own everything. There's a difference.
It doesn't say anything about Elon Musk
Okay.
at all. Which is funny because Paul doesn't usually just blab
No.
stuff.
No.
Maybe it was crap I was reading.
Maybe
Fake news?
Oh, he made an offer.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he was working
He made
on
an
his
offer to
ABCs.
buy ABC.
Yeah, he's going to throw in a car and Twitter.
A new car.
Twitter.
He made an offer.
Okay.
So not done yet.
He's the Antichrist.
Now, did Whoopi get fired because Elon made an offer?
No, he got
No.
fired because she made some remarks on there. They got rid of her.
Were they racial slurs?
I'm not sure.
Speaking of racial slurs.
I'm glad that doesn't happen around here. That's all I have to say.
I know, unless you work in fast food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you heard, Paul?
I've heard.
Yeah, heard.
There's news.
There's news. There's a gentleman who works at Wendy's in Plainfield, the manager, who
Uh-huh.
apparently
A night shift manager.
decided that it was he admitted to it, to saying, giving racial slurs
Mm-hmm.
to a was it a basketball team?
Woodstock basketball team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here it is in a nutshell. On February 9th, which is yesterday at about 10 o'clock, members of Plainfield Police were dispatched to Wendy's fast food restaurant located at 2 Pratt Road. You can read this on SNSN, by the way. Received a 911 complaint reporting a verbal argument over refusal of service. The Plainfield Police arrived on scene and made contact with numerous members of the Woodstock Academy basketball team who reported being refused service and being called racial slurs by the manager on site. An investigation happened, and the suspect, identified as 22-year-old Brett White of Canterbury, admitted to using racial slurs at approximately 10:15 p.m. White was placed under arrest and charged with breach of peace, second degree, and released on a $10,000 bond. White is scheduled to appear in Danielson Superior Court.
Okay, being the devil's advocate, I just have to ask one question because it's what I do, Mike.
Yes.
What
go for
happened
it.
5 minutes before that?
What?
Why were they refused service?
I don't know.
Yeah, see.
See,
Were they closed?
That's the 5 minutes before
Oh, I
that
don't
that
know
you
what
never
that-
get
no,
to
I
hear.
think I think they're open.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
think
why?
they're-
But still, the
There must have
refusal of service
been-
and slurs have nothing to do with one another.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, there had to have been something that
He
caused.
didn't get arrested for refusal of service.
Yeah,
No.
for the slur. Well, they probably arrested him for the simple reason they got into an argument. Because
I would assume that there was a refusal of service, that the conversation escalated,
into
and then the racial slurs began.
Yeah.
So
Well, I
my
guess-
question again is, why were they refused service? Did they
don't
come
know.
in knocking chairs and tables over? A fight always takes two sides.
Yeah.
So I can't believe that the basketball team was completely innocent in all this.
Well, I will say this. This guy, and this is karma personified right here. I was on my way to do a basketball game. I am a big fan of Wendy's. I do. I like their spicy chicken sandwich.
Yeah,
I
baby.
decided to get off of the exit on my way up to northeastern Connecticut to get myself a chicken sandwich to eat on the way up. Sometimes when you go to this Wendy's, the lights are off, or it's dark, or the lights go out, and it's hard to tell if they're actually open. So I went through the drive-thru, and nobody came to the drive-thru. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe they really are closed, or maybe they lost power, or whatnot. So I moved forward to the window, and then there was a young lady and a young man there. And I said, "Are you open?" And she said, and they both said, "Yes, we are." I said, "Okay, well, nobody came to the thing. I thought you were closed. No big deal." "Okay. Well, you have to go back around." "Why? I'm right here." "Well," they said, "because, well, their timer. They need to have every order timed." And I said, "Well, you should have started the timer when I came over here because you didn't come to the window to begin, or you didn't say anything other than the loudspeaker to begin with."
Yeah.
And I said, "You're going to literally make me drive all the way around just to give you my order through that speaker so I can drive up again and pay you." And the girl was like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "All right, this wasn't her directive." So I said, "Can I talk to your manager for a minute? I'm not trying to be a Karen. I'm just saying this is ridiculous. Why?" This guy that's in this picture goes, "Yeah, you have to drive around." I said, "But I'm right here. What's the difference?" He goes, "I literally don't care." I said, You don't care?" He goes, "Yeah, I literally don't care." I said, "You're going to risk me." Now I'm getting pissed. "You're going to risk me to go to McDonald's because you're going to make me go around. You just can't give me a damn, I just can't buy a sandwich from you right here." He goes, "Yeah, I really don't care what you do."
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks for your customer service.
So I drove off, gave him the my favorite finger salute.
Your index finger.
I just waved.
Gave him a thumbs up.
That's it. Gave him a thumbs up. And I decided I'm never going to go to that Wendy's again. Not with that jackwagon there.
Yeah, he's their second shift guy.
I don't care who he is. The guy, I mean, obviously, as soon as I saw this story, I felt bad. So for you saying, Chris, there's two sides to every story.
Mm-hmm.
There's I'm sure the basketball team. First of all, the kids.
Right.
That's the first thing. Second of all, I've dealt with this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And his customer service skills.
Right. I agree. I mean,
he needs some training.
He needs to be fired. He needs to be removed from a customer service position.
He needs to be evicted.
Well, he's only 22.
Okay. In this woke society.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to be removed from a customer service position.
Probably shouldn't have been put there.
Send him to Lowe's, have him unload trailers.
So, buddy, if you're watching it, I'm the guy that you pissed off that night. Now I'm laughing because you're not a nice guy. Treat your people better. Do better, sport. I knew. I just knew this guy something was off.
Mm-hmm.
They say, well, you're not convicted until you go through a court of law. I dealt with them.
Maybe they had to drive around.
Maybe you got to drive around.
Yeah.
I literally don't care.
They pulled up to the drive-thru and he was like, "Take a lap."
I literally don't care.
They were all on the bus. Drive around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
Victoria says, "I knew a few people who have had encounters with him. I don't think that the Academy kids went into acting like that, like little thugs or something."
Well,
honestly, Woodstock Academy, I don't think that you're going to get thug life out of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
kind of an uppity academy.
But my question again is, why were they refused service?
Good question.
There has to be some kind of action besides this guy being
okay.
An
Why
asset.
was I refused service? All right. If I'm sitting at the window, I'm a captive customer.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You know what? Don't even start the damn thing, the timer or whatever. Just let me have my sandwich. I'll pay and I'll leave.
Right. I'm not saying
no harm, no foul.
I'm not saying he handled your situation right. I'm just asking, why were they refused service?
I don't know, but
if anybody's out there that was at the Wendy's has some additional information, I'd like to know.
Based on my interaction with him,
maybe they were.
Guy's an asset.
I know what you're saying, Chris. Yeah. I understand what you're saying, but I think there's even Victoria. I mean, what she's saying. Victoria says, I bet it's out of sheer laziness. He just probably didn't want to cook for a large group at 10 o'clock at night.
Okay.
Could be. I mean,
Could be.
that we don't know.
Yeah.
But I honestly, dealing with this guy at all before, I'm thinking, yeah, I could see this happening.
Well, they probably close at 11, I would think. So she's probably right. There probably were on the, 15 or 20 people on the bus.
Yeah.
So, probably didn't have much staff in there. It took them forever to cook and put 20 hamburgers,
Right.
chickens. So that's
Where
probably
was
what
the
it
coach, Scott says.
And that could have been the inciting incident.
Yeah, it could have been. Yeah, we don't know. Whatever. So, oh well.
So anyway, and enough about that. But
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like I said, I told you before when I saw this, I said, "Oh, I've got a story about this
Yeah.
guy."
Well, he's not worth any more airtime.
Well, besides being
No.
a woke community now, you have to agree that customer service in general has gone down the toilet.
Well, yeah.
One of the examples I use is you go out to a restaurant, you get the waitress is running 20 minutes late, so you don't get your order for 20 minutes. Your food comes out, it's cold and it's not cooked properly. Somebody spills a drink on you. You get up to the register to pay, and they say, "How was your dinner?" And invariably we all go, "It was good."
Yeah.
Well, speaking of poor waitresses, our good old federal government, IRS, want to tax tips.
Of course they
They've
do.
want to do that for years.
They want to have the tips put onto the check so that waitresses will have to pay.
You're talking about the
tax.
paycheck.
They want to show tips as part of, so they have to claim it in their taxes.
Oh, so they can claim it like a bonus and tax it at 38%.
They
Yeah.
want to tax all tips. That's what the government. That's what Uncle Joe wants to do.
You know what the
Change
answer
the
is
rules on
there?
taxes.
Tip your waitress with cash.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they're saying. That the real you put $1 on the check, then you leave $5 or $10 on the counter. That's a way to get around it. But
Yeah.
that's
Tax
what
fraud.
That's
We're all
what,
going to jail.
That's what the
Take
tax
the federal
people
prison
want it,
system
they
up
want to
and
do.
running.
There's too many tips going away. Under they're not being added to their income.
I think another thing absolutely sucks is that there are a lot of people that are paid on a bonus structure,
Mm-hmm.
right? They get salary plus bonus, right?
Yeah,
So you get taxed at a certain
and you
rate.
tax that too. They tax that.
Well, where I was going with that is that you get taxed a certain rate, for your regular wages.
Mm-hmm.
But then because it's a bonus, you get taxed an additional rate. You get taxed almost 40%.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is ridiculous. I mean, that's almost half of that bonus that's going to the government. And for what?
And a lot of
Yeah.
companies,
Because it's a bonus. Just put in part of your salary for crying out
a
loud.
lot of companies are doing that now. They give you a bonus.
And you don't get it back.
No.
There's some calculation or whatever. I don't know. It's just,
Yeah.
all I know is that when I would get $4,000 or $5,000 bonus checks from Verizon, I get $2,800. Like,
Mhm.
what the? Why? Why am I even doing this?
I remember the tax codes are written by the rich for the rich.
Yep.
Donald Trump pays 15% on tax because he looks at all the loopholes.
Where you and I can't do that.
We pay 38%.
And we
on
can't do that
tax.
because we have what are we going to loophole it into?
Right.
So, I mean, if you fail to put $20 or $100 on your income tax, they'll find it and come after you.
Mm-hmm.
They make you pay interest on it. Those guys can miss millions of dollars and don't come after them for nothing.
Everything is owned by their corporation. They're not owned by the individual.
Yeah.
So they don't get taxed at the personal rate. They get taxed at the corporate rate.
Right.
I wonder what the tax rate is as a Wendy's manager.
Yeah. There was
All the
some-
racial slurs you can eat.
I'm sure he's not going to be able to figure that out because he's not going to be working there anymore.
they're talking about. There was some talk
You're
about
gonna take it in the tuchus.
getting rid of the entire tax rate structure
Mhm.
and going with a sales tax structure.
Yeah.
Everybody would pay a sales tax of 35%.
Yeah, then a loaf of bread is going to be $9.
Exactly. But they wouldn't have an income tax. You'd be paying exactly.
Victoria says, I went out to lunch yesterday at Applebee's. Haven't been there in years. We had the best waitress ever, and yes, tipped her in cash. Oh, by the way.
Atta girl.
Yeah. And I didn't know this till after the show yesterday.
Yeah.
Because of course she didn't say anything. But happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Victoria. Paul, come on. Happy birthday to you. The sultry sounds of Paul Lash.
Yeah.
He sounded like somebody was strangling a
Old
goat.
are you?
Strangling a goat.
It's getting old.
Oh, God. She goes, oh, thank you. Hearts emoji, face heart emoji, smiling emoji. From Victoria.
Okay.
She also says they've always taxed tips, but you had to report them. My first job at Howard Johnson's, they used to figure out what you made in tips by the hours worked.
Oh,
You what?
Democrat Daryl. Hey, Daryl. When did the government start taxing tips? Taxing tips began back in 1982 after Congress. Don't tell me he didn't look this up because this wasn't top of mind. Come on. This is a copy and paste job.
Yeah, exactly. Cut and paste, Daryl.
Yeah.
That's what computer guys do.
Yeah, because listen, taxing tips began in 1982 after Congress enacted the Tax Equity and Fiscal Responsibility Act. And in parentheses, it's TEFRA.
yeah. Well,
Come on.
Can I make a suggestion?
if you look at your line on the income tax line,
Yeah.
it says wages and tips.
Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about.
But nobody has a way to control those tips. You don't know. But what the government is saying now, it has to be part of the slip so that they can track it. And they'll be on your W-2 now what the tips were.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes, Chris, make a suggestion.
Let's stop paying Congress salaries and just tip them instead.
Yeah, that'll go over well.
Yeah.
That'll go over real well.
Yeah.
Have we forgotten that it is Ask Chris Anything Friday?
Yeah.
I may not know the answer, but I'll be happy to make something up for you.
So if anybody has any questions for Ask Chris, it could be about anything. Could be
Anything.
love, life, the ways of a human.
Why do solar flares affect the engines in your car?
Bocce ball? I mean,
Bocce.
yeah.
Bocce. Yeah. Bowling for the poor.
Bowling for the poor.
I'm going to throw this rock at that rock.
He's going to do it with a dad joke is what he's going to do.
Wait.
I'm
There's
ready.
more info in there.
I got a question for
He's
Chris.
going to do a dad joke.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Paul.
Why did the football quit playing in the big game?
What?
Why did the football? Because his ego was deflated.
Close.
Why?
It was tired of being kicked around.
I like my answer better.
Speaking of football.
It should be soccer.
Speaking of
It should have
football.
been a soccer ball.
We all know what's
Should have been
coming.
a soccer mom.
Well, we all know what's coming up this weekend.
Kick around.
Right? You know what's coming up this weekend, right?
Puppy bowl.
Yeah, the Puppy Bowl. You know, we talk about everybody who watches, everybody does the Super Bowl, whether you like football or not, because people watch it for the commercials and stuff like that. But
I don't watch it at all.
what about
Yeah.
what about the poor fans who support the NFL every week, go to their games, spend $200 or $300 for a ticket?
More than that.
Yeah, it's at
More
least
than
that.
that.
Yeah. And can't go to the Super Bowl. Can't afford it.
Hmm.
Who goes to the Super Bowl?
It's not about the fan.
It's not about the fan.
No.
No, it's not. No.
How many football fans would you say are in the United States?
Oh, lots.
Millions?
Yeah.
How many people can they fit in one football stadium?
Oh, I don't know.
Supply and demand. 30,000?
Yeah.
So you got 3 million football fans trying to get seats for 30,000 seats.
Yeah, but unfortunately, people can't afford those tickets. It's the people that support them every week, which are the real fans, cannot go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's rich people, it's big sports people, actors, celebrities of all kinds,
Corporate accounts.
that will go to the Super Bowl, and they probably never watch football.
It's capitalism at its
You
finest.
know, never watch football, but yet they're going to show that they're there. But the poor fan who goes there every week and supports them Can't go.
Capitalist.
How
swine.
fair? How fair is that? It's not.
Do you want to go to the Super Bowl, Paul?
No.
We could do a GoFundMe for Paul.
GoFundMe. Send Paul to the Super Bowl.
Yay! Give him that bleacher seat that's behind the pillar.
Yeah.
So you got to watch it like this.
Yeah, there you go. No, but if you think about it, it's just unfortunate that real fans can't go.
There is the one guy who was on the news yesterday that's been to every Super Bowl. He said there's like 3 left.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a group of guys that they did a story on, I think it was last year, where they've been to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they're all up in age, by the way.
Yeah. I wonder if he's got a GoFundMe.
Well,
Scott says that's Chris. Yes, Chris. I mean, this is about a different subject. Why is it that whenever Biden wants something approved through Congress, he threatens to withhold Social Security and Medicaid? You want stuff to get done? Stop paying these folks.
My answer to that would be air fryer.
Boom.
well, he keeps blaming the Republicans for saying they're going to take away Social Security and Medicare.
Yeah.
He keeps saying that, and it's not true. And I think he just does that to.
Well, 2 things. One, every acting president has said that they were going to take away Social Security since it was enacted.
No.
Remember that Social Security was actually a stopgap program. It wasn't supposed to go forever.
No, it wasn't.
And now, because people think that they're entitled to it, and most people are because you pay your money into it, most people are saying they don't ever want Social Security to go away.
Yeah.
Well, then comes the question of how do you fund it?
Yeah. Well, they just raised the speaker tax.
Right.
They just raised it for coming up. So now people
Yeah.
are going to have to pay more money. At one time, I remember when I was working, I used to pay it off like in November, October, November. I said, oh, man, I got a raise, right? Because I was all paid off. Man, after the last 5, 6 years I was working, I never paid it off because they kept raising it and raising it and raising it. So they just raised it again this year.
If they are going to do it ever at all, they have to grandfather it in. Anyone that's out there that's been paying into it will have to be able to recoup some kind of money from it.
Yeah.
By the way, congratulations to both Killingly Intermediate School. The boys won the middle school championship yesterday, defeating the Grizzled Wolverines in the finals, 60-45.
Wow. And
in the finals for the girls, it was the Plainfield Royals, Plainfield Middle School, against Wheeler Middle School, and Plainfield came away victorious there.
Yay.
So the girls from Plainfield won, and the boys from Killingly won. So,
and what did the Killingly guys do after the game?
Went to Wendy's.
Went to Wendy's.
Oh, come on, we can't do that. Those are just young boys and girls. Don't do that. So anyway, so that was yesterday. As a programming note, SNSN is going to be we've been invited to Plainfield High School to do the girls semifinals, girls basketball high school semifinals. So we'll be there doing all 4 games. So there'll be 2 games in each division.
Mm-hmm.
So the finals will be at Mohegan Sun.
Wow.
We're doing the semifinals.
So you won't be at Mohegan Sun?
No, it's at
I don't think they
Plainfield.
would let you. Yeah.
No, that's not true.
No?
That's not true. It's very easy to get you get a media pass to the CIAC.
Oh, you can.
Oh yeah, we can't broadcast it.
Oh,
Gotcha. Actually, they'll let us do flat up audio. I was told we could actually do that from Mohegan Sun.
Oh,
but
they do a lot of high school basketball games down there.
No, I understand that, but just because it's Mohegan Sun doesn't mean you can't go.
I didn't know what
or do it, or
go,
Foxwoods or whatever. Just because they're big venues or whatever doesn't mean you can't go there and broadcast.
Gotcha.
Mike's going to be sitting courtside with LeBron.
We think, yeah. I beat up on Kareem. I got more points than him now.
Yeah,
because I'm a jerk.
Oh well,
LeBron's your boy, isn't he?
From a basketball perspective, he is good. I don't think he has the right personality. He's no Kobe Bryant. He's no
Yeah.
Michael Jordan.
One-on-one.
And that's his problem, because I think if he had any of their personalities, I think a lot more people would like him. Yeah.
Why don't you like? Well, go ahead.
One-on-one. LeBron versus Rodman.
Oh, Rodman would kick his butt.
In a dress.
Rodman. in his dress.
How about
Rodman's
LeBron versus Larry Bird?
LeBron.
I don't know. Bird was good.
Mm.
Yeah, Bird was a great 3-point shoot.
Yeah, so there were. I mean, the Celtics had a lot of good players.
LeBron versus the Professor.
And Marianne.
Oh, you've never seen the Professor?
No, I thought you were talking about Marianne, Ginger, and Mr. Howell.
He's a trick basketball player, goes all over the country.
No.
Playing one-on-one against trash
Who is
talkers.
he?
He's called the Professor.
The Professor?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I've never heard of him.
He's got game.
He's got game?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, don't know.
No. Anyway, so he did beat he's the highest point guy in a NBA. So
Did he do it in the same amount of games, or was he?
I believe
less
the
games,
game.
more
Yeah, I
games?
believe the games were.
I think I have some questions for Ask Chris Anything.
Oh,
Since
good.
Ooh.
Nobody wants to participate
Mike's
today.
Googling questions for Chris.
Yeah. I don't think
Flare,
anybody wants to play that anymore because nobody participates.
solar flare, or Ric Flair?
Air fryer. Let's see. Why do they call them hot dogs?
Because of the song. Hot diggity dog diggity boom, what you do to me?
Come on. Why do they call them hot dogs?
I have no idea, because they look like dachshunds.
They're from Germany. Obviously, that's where they started. Wieners.
So he's the wiener dog.
7 billion hot dogs are served up every summer, blah, 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 blah. And with that, many sausages on the grill. The name of the food doesn't involve anything about actual dogs, has become completely mainstream. But where did it come from? Some food historians believe that early songs and jokes gave the wieners their name, suggesting the sausage meat came from dogs.
Canines.
But a more likely story is the German butchers named early American frankfurters dachshund sausages. Just when you thought Chris was making it up,
I nailed it on songs.
hot
look at-
I nailed it on
dogs.
dogs.
What a lucky guess.
Named after the wiener dog.
Mm.
Yeah.
Head cheese. Why do they call it head cheese?
Are we gonna
Don't,
Are we gonna do food all day long?
because there is no dairy in head cheese.
No.
It's more like meatloaf. Butchered hog heads. Pressing the boiled meats together in a cheese mold, but it doesn't say why they call it head cheese.
Because it's
pig's
made out of
heads. Yeah.
Pig's heads.
Let's
By the
see.
way, the cheek is
Actually,
the best.
Victoria just said that because it's made with pig brains.
Hmm.
That's the only other one there that would actually.
Hmm.
Did you know Cleopatra was not Egyptian?
Yes, I knew that. She was from Greece.
You didn't know that, did you, Paul?
Yeah, there's a lot of things about her that we can't mention.
She married Mark Antony for his money.
Yeah.
Caligula.
Yeah. I'll ask you a question.
Yeah.
If I go into a theater and I get a family pass, if I'm an orphan, can I go in too?
Say that again.
If I
thought
go
the first
to
half.
if I go to the theater and I get a family pass, if I'm an orphan, can I go too?
I don't understand the question.
Can you go if you're not blood related to the person that bought the family?
Yeah, if I'm not,
pass?
if I'm an
Sure,
orphan,
why
I
not?
don't have a family. So am I able to go in?
Well, I would.
Excuse me, sir. May I bring another?
I would say that at the concession stand, I have not seen. They might have it, but I have not seen a DNA test.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to go that deep, Paul.
Do you remember when we were kids?
That was a joke.
That we would go.
I know.
We would go to movie theaters and we would try to get in for the under 12 rate. And you're like 19. How old are you? I'm 11.
How many times have you gone into a driver and been in the trunk?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My brother had a convertible, and the casing or whatever it is was cut, so you didn't have to open the trunk to let everybody out. They just crawled
Crawl through the seat.
crawled through the seat.
Yeah.
Yep.
I had a Dodge 400 convertible.
Did you?
Yeah. Same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, those are the wacky things kids did back then.
Mhm.
Going to the drive-in, hiding in the trunk.
Now they're too busy doing TikTok videos.
Yeah.
So what's the matter with that?
Nothing if you're from China.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, I think we're going to call it quits today. I think we got to revamp this show. What
We do.
got to do. We got to revamp it. We got to. So
I'm going to wear a thong bikini next week.
that's awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna be do that too.
Can we talk about one more thing really quick?
Yeah.
Tomorrow,
Yeah.
Mike Minarski's acting debut in Shattered Heart.
Yes.
He's going to become a thespian.
That's right. I'll be winning an Academy Award, no doubt, for this wonderful, wonderful short film that was written by who? You? What? I don't know. Somebody.
He wants to thank the little people.
It's not important who wrote it, really, because I will bring it to life starting tomorrow.
Dun, dun, dun.
As we do one line
You
at a
realize what you're
time.
creating?
I do.
Oh my God.
Because we'll have to do it one line at a time.
Bring it
Because
to-
I can't remember crap.
That's why they planned on having the shoot go for 6 hours.
Bring a chainsaw so we can cut the doorway so his head can fit through.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it. It'll be fun.
yeah.
It'll be a
Chris
good
is
time.
going to get sick. Take 75.
Yep.
I will say though that when we did the table read and we went through it a few times, I'm like, this is not easy at all. This is
They
different.
make it look easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. You get a greater respect for people that can that do this.
Try doing
gotta
stage
have a
work
good-
where you
you gotta
memorize
have a good
60
memory.
pages.
I'm better at improv than I am at something like this.
Well, maybe you got to put cue cards up for him.
Yeah.
That way he'll be able to get it.
Yeah.
You know, that way he can get out of there quick.
We'll make it through.
Somehow.
I have faith in Mike.
Oh,
Well, you
God.
can always dub it, do a voiceover after.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be like a Chinese movie, like being dubbed, some sort of a karate movie. I will not tell you what I'm going to get you.
Yamara.
Yamara. All right. Have a good day with your son. Happy birthday to him.
I will.
Paul, don't care.
I'm not in a movie.
I'm
well, that's because you didn't qualify.
I know it. Too old.
Yeah. Have a good day, everyone. Have a great weekend. Be safe. See ya.
Life's been tough, and it's even tougher than ever to find a good therapist. But these days, all you hear is, sorry, we aren't accepting new patients. Next time, reach out to Life's Journey Counseling Services.